Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Anaïs.
What a beautiful day to start our new podcast.
Yes. I don't know what to say.
It starts very well. We are two white people with a mic. There are too much of us in the world.
Yes.
But here we are.
And also we're in Japan, so there are
too many of podcasts hosted by two white people in Japan.
Yes.
And the podcast is not about that. Let's be clear.
Yes, of course.
So people are not skipping in the first 20 seconds or something.
There are too many podcasters about Japan or YouTubers.
That can be a topic for another time, but we're gonna maybe introduce ourselves first. My name is Anaïs. I'm from Belgium, and I've been doing radio for maybe 11 years, and this is my second time trying to do something in English. The first time was a mistake. And I'm gonna introduce you to, I guess.
Okay.
His name is Alan. He likes basketball. He's Italian and very tall.
Yeah, well, you are tall too, actually.
Yes, we are tall.
And for me, it's the first time to do something about a radio podcast. I have no experience about that, so
it's the first time you are speaking into a mic.
Well, for recording, yes.
Speaking into a Michael, maybe you have spoken to a Michael before?
Into a Michael, I don't know. To a Michael, yes.
Okay, maybe I should phrase that differently.
Into a Michael, I don't know.
So, two white guys living in Japan. Why would they talk about who?
What can you buy with 1,000 yen in a combini?
Oh, hell no.
No.
No, we're gonna talk about the fact that we are from the countryside.
Yes.
And we are right now in a park in a big city.
Oh, yes.
Next to the sea.
Right now we are in Sakuragicho near Minato Mirai. It's a big city.
It's a big
city. And it's very different from our home country.
Yeah, so for reference, my town in Belgium is maybe home to 30,000 people, which is more than the town that Alan is from. Can we say village?
Village, I will call it town, but yeah, the population should be around 10,000 people.
10,000, yes. I think from 10,000 people you can call it a town.
You know what? I have no idea, because in Italian we don't call it village.
And that's gonna be a recurring topic in our show.
Yes.
The difference between English and our language.
And Japan too, I think.
Also.
And Japanese.
Yes. May I add something? If you are struggling to listen to our accent, first of all, you. And second, you can click on the transcript button and boop, you have the text, you can follow along. Alan, you didn't know about that.
I didn't know that.
I thought I told you
That's
about
great.
it. Yeah, there is a transcript button. Use it. So yeah, we went from a village to very, very big city. And my first impression for me was that it was like Brussels, so the capital city in Belgium, but with maybe less friendly people.
Yes.
Because in Brussels, if you go to Brussels, people are not really friendly because, big city and stuff. But sometimes if you go into a smaller street or something, people still say hello. Because we have several languages in Belgium, sometimes you say goeiedag, bonjour. You say both of them. You say it in Dutch and you say it in French.
Oh.
There's also German, but not a lot of people speak German, so we just say that. It happens sometimes in the streets in Brussels, in the train and stuff like that. So when I first moved to Tokyo, not to Yokohama first, but when I moved to Tokyo, one of the first thing I did when I went out of the train station and was crossing path with a stranger, I just said konnichiwa. Turns out nobody does that.
Nobody does that.
But it's just, you stay in the same country for 20 years of your life, you think the world is working like that. And it's not. And I can tell you, in my village, everyone knows everyone. The 30,000 people, they kind of know each other. They say bonjour to each other,
Yeah, my town too. But yeah, here, no, I cannot imagine to say something like that here. But about the people, my town is quite close to Milano. I never been there that much, but for what I heard and what the few things I know is like people are always rushing. Is more about like people who's working, they're always busy, and about that is very similar to Tokyo and even Yokohama, actually. Tokyo more, of course, but yeah.
Here I may add is maybe like that, but times 10,000, you know.
Yes.
Like people are, when you are in the big Tokyo, out of Yokohama, you know, inside Tokyo, Shinjuku, Shibuya,
Yes.
you're never gonna see people that are talking to each other. If they are not, if they are wearing a suit, they are not talking to each other.
If they're wearing a suit, no. Yes.
Pretty rare. That's the kind of places I don't really go. And you know, it's been 6 years that I live in Japan. Almost 6 years actually. And I only noticed recently that I prefer villages and small towns than the big city.
Me too, yes.
It's nothing wrong with the big city. It's very good for some people, but for me, you know, it's how to say, very, very impersonal.
Yeah, I think. I mean, me, for example, I lived 2 years in Meguro, so very close to Shibuya, and I feel a bit suffocating because, like, you keep surrounded by giant buildings, and used to my town that is near the lake, near the mountain. I feel like I can breathe easily, freely.
Yeah.
But there not that much, and also people are always rushing, and you know what, I feel like there's not that much the sense of community. And I feel that a lot, but for example where I'm living now is a bit smaller, is also an area with many Japanese people near some school. So sometimes you can see group of people hanging out together, and a lot of old women and old men, of course.
That's everywhere in Japan.
That's everywhere in Japan,
Yes. If I can nuance the thing you said about community, in small towns in Japan there is way more of a sense of community, but I don't think it does not exist in Tokyo and in the big cities.
I don't think so. I think everyone is for themselves. I mean,
there is like I don't know how they say it in English, and I actually forgot the word in Japanese too, but like a group of people from the block, you know, the town block.
Okay.
There's a group of people that like volunteer and stuff, like clean the roads, and that's a really great thing that I like. That is kind of missing in Belgium. Recently, what I heard from my family actually, that my town started doing stuff when you can just volunteer and you have the authorization of the city, and you can have some equipment from the city to just clean some places, for example. And I think that's really good. That keeps the parks, the streets really clean, and it's for people who wants to do it in their free time, and maybe they get some money in return. I don't really know, but hey, why not?
I think it's 99% volunteering.
Yes, probably.
Yeah,
I would do something like that if I had the time, if I had the opportunity. But right now, in the big city, it's not really the thing for my.
Because also living like this in a big city, I feel like my energy got drained so much that when I finish work, I'm just I don't want to do anything, to be honest.
And also, people all around the world say Japan is so clean. It is very clean. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But my God, it smells so bad.
Sometimes, yes, and also not every place is that clean. It's like you can find dirty places, but they're gonna get cleaned soon. Because I think one of the problems that I saw in my area is when you bring garbage outside, the karasu, the crows, break all the garbage bag for trying to find food, and there's garbage everywhere, and it smells so bad. But like I see that in the morning, and then when I come back home, everything is perfectly clean, very efficient.
To fight that kind of things like the crows destroying the garbage, because crows are hungry, and when I was a small child they looked like rats, and now they look like cats. That's crazy. So
Japanese crowds are huge, actually.
they are huge. They are huge, honestly. To fight that, they use like nets to put on top of the trash bags and nets baskets. I don't know to.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, are like kind of chest.
Yes.
But made of net because if there's wind, they're not gonna fly away.
Exactly. That's kind of great, but that does not work all the time.
Yes.
The nets one are slowly being phased out in favor to the chests one, and I think that's better. That's what my apartment building did 2 months ago, and we did not have a crows problem ever since. So that's great. But also, I wanted to ask you. You moving to Japan 6 years ago.
Yes, like you, basically.
Yes, around the same time.
Yes.
Right? I went on a trip before that you didn't went because we didn't know each other.
Yes, exactly.
But you coming here 6 years ago, was it your first time living alone?
No, but was my first time living abroad.
First time living abroad. For me too. But it was the first time ever that I was on my own, but not really on my own, because I was living in a share house, and the life in share house is difficult.
Yes.
We will talk about that in great details in the numerous episodes in the future.
We have a lot of
oh my god,
about
we
that.
have a lot to talk about. When I left the share house to go to my apartment alone, it felt the most calm it ever been in my life, because there is no mom, no dad.
Yes.
There is no family. There is no friends around. There is just you and a noisy neighbor every night that is blasting music. But otherwise, you're on your own, and you have to cook, and you have to buy your own stuff, because in the share house you get a bed for free. You get mattress, you get a desk.
A desk.
Yes, you don't get like a computer. You get the basics, but you get it. And I had to buy it by myself for the first time. It was hard. And I think you had kind of the same experience, because it's not the first time you live alone, but it's the first time you live abroad. So the first time you're not gonna ship your bed from Italy to
Of
Japan.
course not. Even if it would be nice, because beds are short. But
They are.
But actually, I did the opposite. Me, when I arrived in Japan, I started to live alone in an apartment.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Yes, and that apartment was great because there was a bed, a fridge, and then a table and a chair. Just that. But if you don't have experience about that, this is already great.
Yes.
And I stayed there around 6 months, but I start to feel a bit loneliness because the people I'm friends with now, they were living in the share house, and actually the same share house as yours. Huh?
Yes, they were.
Yes.
Which closed, which got destroyed, and now it's an apartment
really?
building. Yes.
Well,
many reasons why it's closed. Subject of another episode. Follow the podcasts on every podcasting platform.
So basically, because they were living all in the share house, I mean they were hanging out there, and I mean also maybe I never tried to ask to go out too. It's not by their fault, of course. It's mine too. But I found difficult to make friends at the beginning. So after 6 or maybe 7 months, now I don't remember exactly, I moved in a share house. And luckily, of course in the share house you got the bed, and then all the, forgot the English, all the stuff for cook and
all the cooking furniture.
I don't know cooking furniture. So you have everything, and it's so nice. Of course, you need to be respectful for the others, and even if the others
are not really respectful. Oh yes, they are not.
Because I think for me something can be clean, but for someone can be dirty.
Yes.
We have different standards about something.
Cleanliness.
Yes.
About food in general too.
Yes, food, but I think the first thing is about cleaning stuff.
Really?
Like you enter in the shower and there are so many hair in the shower.
Yes,
for
I don't
someone
like that.
can be okay, for other people can be not. I think mostly it's not, but I mean if there are 2-3 hairs on the floor, I don't mind.
Yes.
But if there's a wig, no.
If there is a dead body in the drain, how first? And then no.
But then no. And so yeah, for me it was the opposite, and moving in a share was nice to have some people around, even if you don't hang out that much with them. It's just, you wake up in the morning or you come back from school or from work, and you can say good morning, good evening. Even just that is nice.
Yeah, having like some presence in the house, so that like you're not really alone anytime. You just come out of your room and there is someone you can talk to. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Yes. Of course there are people you want to avoid. That's sure.
But I would honestly recommend everyone living abroad to try a share house first.
Yes.
You get so many new connections, so many friends. The first time I went to Japan, it was a trip first, 3 months trip, very great. And I went to a hotel first. I met some people in the hotels that were staying because they had like a lounge area. It was nice, but they were like travelers like me, so I could not get to meet them because after that COVID happened, and they actually I follow them on Facebook, I think. But I never saw them like going back to Japan or something to say let's hang out. But in the share house I went right after the hotel. I stayed in the hotel for 2 weeks and then 2 months and a half in the share house because I wanted to see how you do to live in this country. Well, some tourists were there like me, but most of them were people working or studying here. I still have a lot of friends that were in this first share house that are still living in Japan. Some of them went back to their countries, of course. That happens a lot right now, honestly. But most of them stayed, and I still have great contacts with them. And actually, I'm gonna go on dinner with one of them in 2 weeks. So,
that's
see,
great.
7 years later, everything can happen,
Well, I think one of the things you just said is also, it can be also painful because you're living abroad and you met some friend, and then those people may go back to their country or to another country, just like leaving Japan in this situation. And me, I felt like this with some people, and like I have this kind of bond so strong, and we were close and laughing, joking a lot together.
And some of them are listening right now.
Yes, and I hope,
yes.
And then they leave the country, and if they go back, in my case, to Italy, I think it's easier to think, or maybe I'm gonna meet them again.
Yeah, you go on a holiday to see your family, and then they are like the next town over, you can go.
Exactly, but I had some friend that, for example, one moved to Philippines. I don't think I ever gonna meet him again, and this is a bit sad, but I think it's part of the game. So
saying goodbye is hard. That's something I would like to talk more in details in the future. But yeah, also like we have a lot of friends in common because we went to school together. Something we haven't said yet.
Yes,
lots of things we are saying for the first time today. Well, actually, everything.
I think we can do a whole season about the school.
Oh my God, yes, so much stories there. So yeah, a lot of those friends, they were just here to study Japanese for a year or two, and then the plan was to go back to their countries. And okay, that's fine if that's something you want, but hey, I was friend with you and then you left and I'm sad now.
Yes, this is so sad.
No, of course they do, if they are happy, whatever,
No, of course if it's their life, it's their choice.
Exactly.
If I would be sad, to be honest, you're gonna be sad for 1 week. I know it's bad to say it, but then you're gonna get used to it.
We love you, friends.
We love you, friends, exactly. But if you move to another country, I was sad for a moment.
Yeah.
Now I'm okay.
But
thank you for asking.
That just made me think of something I haven't thought about in a long time. But when I had one friend that left Japan, and then I was sad for a while, I was like, wait, my friends and family back in Belgium, they were sad also that I left. Belgium. Okay, we're gonna see each other again, but it's kind of the same thing, you know. This person said they were going back to Japan soon. They never went, but they said they were going back to Japan.
A lot of people say, "Oh, I want to go to Japan. It's beautiful," and they never do that.
Sometimes not their fault. Sometimes, come on, and you can book that ticket.
Well, we are European. Japan is not that close.
It's not that close, but it seems to be like the place where everyone and everyone's mom is going right now. So
yes, well, it's popular. It's very popular among people, but it's far. It's not easy. Also, it's not an easy country because they don't speak English. But
I don't agree with that.
But they know the listener know that already because of the other podcaster.
Yes, we are not gonna talk only about that. We talked about living in a big city, not living in Japan.
Yes,
we cannot talk about living in Japan though. Well, but hey, these kind of things, almost everything we said also apply to, I don't know, Madrid, New York.
Yes and no, for what I think, because in our case, if you move to Madrid, you move to Paris, the culture is closer to our. Also,
if you move inside Europe, yes. Let's say you go in Canada or in America.
Still, I think it's easier than moving to Asia.
Because we speak English. Is it?
Well, probably, but still, I never been in America, but just the image I have is the culture is closer to our than moving to Japan or other Far East Asian country.
Mm-hmm. The wind is getting strong, Alan, so I think we're gonna end up our podcasts, our episode this week.
Okay, yes.
We will be on the platform you are listening to this podcast right now. We are everywhere: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, if you ever use this. I think Google Podcasts still exists. I'm not sure because Google kills a lot of things. Yes, they do. So we are here every Wednesday from 6 a.m. Japan Standard Time. Google it if you don't know what is your time. Maybe it's like Tuesday at 11 p.m. in Italy?
Yes.
Okay. Should be like that.
It's 11.
And in Belgium too.
Or 10, depends when they change the time.
Yeah, we don't have summertime here. Well, if you have something you want to tell us, if you have a voicemail, a question that you want us to react to, you probably don't have right now because we haven't really talked about topics that can lead to questions, but you can do so. You go on Instagram. The name of the Instagram is, I remember it. I swear. Yes, it's at goodmorningalan.pod.
Yes.
Because someone took Good Morning Alan.
Oh.
There's an Alan that wants to have a good morning that is not you. Sorry about that.
I'm a bit sad about that.
Disappointed. And let's do that again next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day and a good morning.
And a good morning.